Obviously, social media has brought more disruption to the tactics and economics of Super Bowl ads than probably any point in its history. Is that a whole lot of new opportunities? Is it harder to stand out? A little bit of both? What's the deal?
I'd probably say it's a whole lot of new opportunities. It's actually amazing. You know, it used to just be that you ran your spot on the Super Bowl, and that's what you did. And that's just not the way it works anymore. I think most people, the Super Bowl is a few days away, and most people have seen most of the ads already. People are launching the ads earlier, so the buzz is starting earlier, maybe a week ahead, maybe 2 weeks ahead, on Twitter, on YouTube, on media sources that are picking up the spots. So what you pay for to be on the Super Bowl isn't just the Super Bowl, it's everything surrounding the Super Bowl, both before and the buzz that comes after it as well.
Brian, you have said that your business is now basically 60% traditional ads and 40% other, social media and everything. So what kinds of things what are the biggest opportunities in terms of social advertising linked to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think to go off of what Lisa just said, I think that what you're seeing is that conversation extends beyond just airing a spot in the Super Bowl. It's really the conversation is now starting earlier, whether it's the pre-release of commercials or it's the teasers that are releasing prior, leading up and telling the story into the Super Bowl. And I think it's that social currency that everyone is really trying to get a hold of, and whether that's through Twitter or Facebook or other digital sources, it really just matters where the conversation is headed, who's listening, and then who's taking that conversation offline and talking about it as well.
Dan, at $4.5 million for a 30-second spot this year, it's quite an expensive risk for a company to take. But then we've seen a lot of brands come out with digital video spots that go viral, and they don't cost nearly as much. So is it worth it anymore?
I think it's worth it depending on the brand and depending on whom they're trying to reach. I think we're seeing a lot of car brands this year. We did a story on this, but not buying as many ads. First of all, they don't need to. The industry is doing great. But for certain brands, the ad that plays during the game, if that's the end of it, that's not enough. They need to fuel the conversation. They need to get a hashtag. In last year's Super Bowl, there was the company that got everyone to tweet the same hashtag so they could win $1 million, whatever it was. And it was everywhere. But I think there's a risk in trying to get that conversation going because it has to seem authentic. And people know when you're trying too hard.